Hello. So it's been about 15 days since my surgery. So I figured it was time for an update. So figured I'd start with the scar just to go ahead and get that out of the way. It's really not that bad. The doctor did a great job with the scar and with saving as much of my hair as possible. So let's see if I can show you any of this scar. Kind of makes a little horseshoe. From about the top of my head to around the back and above my ear. Okay, so let me start off by saying also that I've written down some notes so I can help myself stay on task. My attention span and memory has a tendency, I've noticed, since the surgery to wander. And I'm very easily thrown off task. So anyway, so I've written myself some notes just to help me to stay focused. Let's see. So yeah, surgery was on the 28th. It was successful. We had a follow-up MRI done after the surgery, which showed that all the tumor was removed. The biopsy result we received during a follow-up visit on the 7th when I had the sutures removed, and found out at that time that it was a benign grade 1 World Health Organization meningioma. So that's very excellent. It's not likely to return. As far as the seizures, they may or may not continue. So for now, I will be staying on the Keppra, and I will be continuing follow-up appointments with my neurosurgeon throughout the next at least couple of years, probably, just to keep an eye on things and see how everything is going. Let's see. So after the surgery, first day after, things were very sore. My head, the suture area, was very sore, and that's where the majority of my pain was. That next night I started to have some minor swelling on the right side of my face and head. The morning of the 30th, which was like 2 days after the surgery, I woke up probably about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and noticed that the right side of my face was very swollen. My right eye was swollen nearly shut, so I felt like I couldn't even see out of my eye. Looked in the mirror in the bathroom and noticed that the left side of my face was drooping, and I was having some drooling. So of course I kind of freaked out and panicked. I called the nurse, who at that point notified the on-call emergency doctor for the neurosurgery department, and he came in and assessed me as well. Luckily, they didn't think it was a stroke. They thought it was probably a result of the swelling that was occurring on the right side of my face and head, and that because it was so swollen, it was just putting a lot of pressure on the left side of my face as well, which caused those responses. Luckily, it only lasted probably about an hour or two, and then the swelling remained on the right side of my face, but the left side of my face returned to normal. It was no longer drooping. There was no more drooling. So that was good, because I was really kind of panicked at that point, thinking that maybe there were some after effect complications that were going to result in a stroke, which I knew was a possibility and a risk going into the surgery. So it was definitely something I was kind of watching for. While the on-call doctor was there, he went ahead and removed the dressing that was covering the suture, and then also removed the drainage tube, which I had in the back of my head to just help with the fluid and swelling in my brain area. So he went ahead and removed that, removed the dressing, double checked everything, said everything was looking good, looked like it was healing well, no signs of infection or abnormal swelling or irritation. So all that was good. They went ahead and staffed my case when the neuro team came in that morning, and ended up going ahead and discharging me later in the day, in the early afternoon. So I was able to go home, which was great, because I was able to, I feel like, get a lot better rest in my own house with, my family and in my own bed. So that was good. Let's see. Yeah, the swelling on the right side of my face did continue to get a little worse over the next couple days. Got like super bad. Could barely see out of my right eye. It was super swollen. My head looked like a pumpkin. I mean, it was so round and so big. And they said that, on about the third day of the swelling would probably be the worst, and after that it would go down, and that's exactly what it did. So it stayed swollen for about a week or so. But again, after about the third, maybe into the fourth day of the swelling, it did start to diminish some and went back to pretty much normal. So that was good. Let's see, the third day after the surgery, which was Friday, the day after I went home, I was allowed to shower, which was fabulous, and I could lightly wash my hair. So I couldn't scrub or have the shower hit directly on the suture and the wound area, but I was able to lightly shower it and start washing some stuff out of my hair. There was still a lot of the ointment from when they did the surgery, and a lot of blood and other fragments, and my husband was great helping to comb out everything around the scar area, and just help me comb my hair after showering. And so after approximately about 2 weeks, so, just here recently in the last day or so, seems like we've been able to get out pretty much all the rest of the dried blood and some of the scarring, scabs, and some of the loose skin. So there's still some in there, and it's still continuing to heal, but it's so much better now than it was. So let's see. Yeah, on the 7th, which was a Friday, about a week and a half after the surgery, I went in for the follow-up and had the sutures removed, and got those biopsy results. And while I was there, I also had a follow-up x-ray done of my spine. I am still wearing the back brace, and I still have my right leg in the walking boot for the calcaneus fracture. My next follow-up appointment will be for the fracture of the heel, and that will be next Wednesday on the 19th. So looking forward to getting that done. They'll take another x-ray and see, to make sure that it is continuing to heal as it should be. So it's feeling good. It's feeling a lot better, and the swelling's gone down tremendously since they even just transitioned me into the walking boot. So I'm not anticipating any problems during this next follow-up appointment for that. My next follow-up with the neurosurgeon will be on October 1st. And I'll also be doing one more spinal x-ray within the week before my appointment with him. So, and like I mentioned, I think for now I'll be continuing the Keppra and continuing some follow-up appointments with the neurosurgeon just to continue monitoring how everything is going. Make sure the tumor's not returning, make sure that, and just to monitor to see if I've had any further seizures. At this point I have not, so I'm staying very hopeful about that, that the Keppra and having the tumor itself removed will help to ensure, hopefully, that I will not have any more seizures. So yeah, the pain and mobility have been quite a bit better here the last couple days. So I feel like I'm able to move around a little bit better, especially with much less pain in my right leg, my right heel. My back and hips have not been hurting quite so bad, so that's been promising as well. Probably one of the biggest things right now is just it's almost like numb, the whole area where the flap was moved back when they did the surgery. That whole area is numb, and so it's really an odd sensation. So I'm not sure how long that'll last. Maybe I can get a little more information about that during my follow-up with the doctor on the 1st. Let's see. So yeah, pretty much, everything's moving forward, kind of slow and go. But, we were able to get a replacement vehicle before I went into surgery, so that was awesome. Got the surgery completed and seemed to go pretty well without many complications or concerns. I was able to return home fairly quickly. We are currently still looking for another home to move into to rent for a little while, since the owner here is still moving forward with wanting to sell the house. But luckily, they've been kind of working with us throughout the surgery procedure, at least, so that's been really good. Haven't had to worry about people coming in and showing the house or coming in and doing work on the house while I've been recouping from the surgery. So, we've been really grateful for that, and rather fortunate. So anyway, just wanted to give everybody kind of an update with where we're at. I know it's been a little while. So thank you for, all your continued support and encouragement, and for everybody's thoughts and prayers. It's just been overwhelming, and it's been so appreciated. I will touch base with y'all in a while, probably after my next follow-up appointments, and just keep everybody up to date. But thanks again, and love you all.